Hello, welcome to ACNN. Today we're going to do a small comparison of our tax systems, and I'm going to use the school system as an example. So your school systems and many of your other social programs are funded by tourist taxes. That doesn't happen in Canada. I'm going to give you an example of Las Vegas. I'm sure you guys have heard, of the Canadian boycott and the effect that's had. In Vegas, the school system last year lost $160 million because of the lack of tourism. This doesn't make sense to me. We pay more in taxes than you guys do. But we can see where our taxes go. Our taxes go to pay for schooling, since that's what we're talking about. When I was about 10 years old, my dad was talking to me about taxes for some reason. I have no idea. And I lost my father when I was 6, and my mom remarried when I was 7. At 10 years old, I asked my dad if he paid school taxes before he married my mother, because before that he didn't have kids. And he said, yes, he did. And that didn't make sense to me. And I asked him, why did you pay school tax when you didn't have kids? And my dad says, we all pay into it because it benefits all of us. I didn't understand that at the time, but it's true. You may not be aware that Canada has the most educated populace in the G7. That is to say, more Canadians per capita have degrees, etc. I don't. I'm a high school dropout that ran a furniture and appliance delivery company. I grew up in a very smart family. Both my brothers have jobs that require great intelligence, like my father. That just wasn't me. Getting a little off topic here. So back in Vegas, their school system lost $160 million last year because of the lack of tourism. And it just seems counterproductive when something like as important as education is connected to something as volatile as tourism. I imagine when COVID hit, that trashed tourism for a few years too, right? So your schooling system suffered during COVID also. It just seems, from the outside looking in, your systems seem vulnerable. It's the same in Florida. The school system relies on money from tourism in Florida. Imagine it's the same in California. Does that make sense to you guys? Shouldn't the school system be paid for by the taxes of all the people and spread evenly? This is the other thing. I mean, your taxation system contributes to the divide between the poor and the rich. And the school system is a good example of this, because in well-to-do areas in America, the school system gets a lot of taxes from the people. And then in poorer areas, the school systems aren't as funded well because they're poorer areas. That doesn't happen in Canada. Everybody pays into it, and everybody benefits from it. Right? The curriculum stays the same right across Canada. You can be in a small town and get the same elementary, high school education as someone in Vancouver or Toronto. And this is part of the reason why our populace continues on to secondary education and has become the most intelligent populace in the G7. And this is just one aspect of how your taxation system negatively affects the entire country, and how when Israel's bitch starts pissing off Canada and everyone else and we stop coming, that's a vulnerability to your tax system. The Canadian boycott that has caught on worldwide is going to make America collectively dumber in a decade because of your tax system. Wow, that's a tough pill to swallow. So you can see how much you guys have to start changing. I mean, it's daunting. I've said it before. Good luck, Dems. Fuck you, MAGA.